So when I was in graduate school, I lived in Charlottesville, Virginia, in a house with 3 other women who are all graduate students as well at the University of Virginia. I was getting the most impractical degree in poetry, and one of my roommates who was getting her master's in education was, I think, just skeptical of my life choices in general, how I could possibly be going to school for something that was like so fruitless, right, financially. This woman was just she was money crazed. She wanted to pinch every penny. We had many ongoing, I would say passive aggressive, but like at times more aggressive battles where I would turn the thermostat up. I was at home writing poems, like I didn't want to be cold. And she would, as soon as I went back into my room, she would sneak downstairs and turn it back down. When I came back from Thanksgiving, it was set at 55 degrees, and I was the only one in the house for the next 2 days. So, yeah, and she was also just very stingy with food and everything. Something was going on there. That's a different story, not mine to tell. So she had this bonfire, and the rest of us never heard the end of it because she had to go out and buy things for the bonfire when that cost money. And this was in October of our first year there, and she bought all the stuff for s'mores, and because she actually built the fire pit in the back. Like, she was very handy because she didn't want to outsource anything to the extent possible. So she invited all of her cohort over who at one point, someone was like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to school for poetry." And this person like literally retched at me like, and she was like, I didn't know that you could do that. Like, I'm sorry, I just never expected that to come out of anyone's mouth. I was like, okay, I don't think these are my people. So anyway, she didn't finish, her crowd did not finish all the graham crackers and the marshmallows and the chocolate from the s'mores. So of course, my roommate packaged them all up and put them away and was like, okay, we have to save these. But nobody was allowed to touch them because she was going to save them for her next bonfire the following fall. Because, of course, she wanted to have another one. She built that fire pit, but she was not going to go out and buy more stuff when she had already bought perfectly good graham crackers. So these things are just sitting out for months and months. And in, like, March, my brother comes and visits me for a long weekend. And I'm showing him all around, and we're having a great time. And then Sunday evening, he comes into my room, and he's like, I just saw a mouse eating a marshmallow. I'm like, oh man, it's those s'mores from October. So we go into the kitchen, and she's just left chocolate bars, marshmallows out. There isn't even like a rubber band around the back. It's just an open bag of marshmallows. And he's like, there was a mouse like literally just holding this marshmallow. So I was gonna throw them out, and I was like, no. You can't throw them out. Brittany's going to save those for her next bonfire. And he was like, that's ridiculous. Like, no, there was literally, she'll understand. And I was like, I don't think she's going to understand. I don't know. I was like, if you want to do it, fine, but I'm not telling her. And he was like, okay, I can handle this. So he threw everything away, and she came home a little bit later. And I was like, okay, like, you have to tell her. She's going to notice. And he came in and was like, hey, so I just wanted you to know, like, he embellished a little bit. There were some mice here, and they were eating your graham crackers and your marshmallows, so I had to throw them away. And she was like, man, I was saving those for my next bonfire. And we left the room, and my brother was like, you were right. I guess it was more important to save the $5 than for the mouse. So he believed me after that, and we did continue to have battles. She did have another bonfire. She did have to buy more stuff. We continued to have battles about the thermostat, and eventually she walked in on me while I was reading and turned the light off. And I was like, I'm reading. And she was like, it's sunny out. So that was my breaking point, and I started eating some of her snacks when she wasn't around.